In this video, we'll review how to complete a Schedule C. From within the federal section of the tax return, we're already in the income menu. Just now, whether if you want the software to guide you or select the forms yourself, I'm going to select the forms, select continue. It then brings you to the income menu. From there, I can scroll down to profit or loss from a business, reported on Schedule C, select begin, and then you can enter the company's information and business code with description. If you know the code, it's already pre-populates the description that corresponds with the code. If you are uncertain about what the code is, there is a link to a PDF of different classifications that can help you if you are unsure. So I will put some information for the business. And then I will select continue to save and continue. And then from there, it takes you into the Schedule C menu. You do have some questions that you can go to answer. We have them pre-answered based off of what is most typical with a Schedule C, so kind of a cash versus accrual, what kind of closing inventory you use. So I'm going to keep this generic and the same. And then we go to the income section to input the type of income and amounts. So we have a few different options. So for grocery receipts or sales or other types of income. So I'm just going to input an income amount. And there's also a way to itemize a list of types of income. So if you have multiple types of income for either one of these sections, you can itemize them out if you want to break down, and then it will add the total income for you. So you can either add it up and manually type the number in. Some people prefer an itemized list. It helps them to keep track of how they got to that total number if there are different sources. So I'm going to continue to save on. I'll just type a lump sum in there. From there, you could start your expenses. So we have them broken down a little bit, starting with, whether it's the cost of goods sold, or we go to general expenses where it'll list several types of expenses. And again, we do have an itemized listing option all the way down. And I will just do lump sum just for these examples. Say we have maybe $1,000 in advertising. And maybe let's say $300 in supplies. We'll just keep this one simple. Just have a couple of smaller expenses. You also have the opportunity to do vehicle expenses, which will calculate some of that for you depending on which method you choose. You also have an opportunity for depreciation, which I'll go into. You can create an asset. This is extremely simple. Have a description of the asset. Say this is maybe like a car. What the cost is. What percentage for the business. And we'll choose the method. Gives me a listing option. At this point, you can do mileage, so it can take some of that extra expense off of there for you. And then I will continue to save. Now you can see my asset is listed here. I can continue to add more, edit, or even delete the assets. The great news about this is I never have to really touch this asset again because it will automatically roll over year to year with the accumulated depreciation until I dispose of the asset, until I sell it. We'll say we just have one asset for this example. I will continue to save, continue to go back to the Schedule C menu, and we'll just pretend for this example that this is a very simple Schedule C, but as you can see, there's several options here still left. One that people use a lot is expenses for use of home, so you can break that out with percentages and based off of what the expenses you do pay that go towards your business. That is also something that you use in your home. Once you're done, you can continue to save it though, and it will take you back to the kind of the new main menu of the Schedule C. Gives you a general breakdown of income versus expenses and what your net income might be. And as you can see over here on the right, we also have an updated refund summary calculator. And once you're done, you could simply select continue and it will drop you back to the income menu. And that's how you create a Schedule C.